Hello students, how are you all doing? Hope you all doing good. So today's our new topic is tribal societies and the colonial state. Yeah, tribalists are the people those who will stay and live in forest only, and even they are named as the Adivasis, and tribalist community form the substantial part of the Indian population. Okay, some of whom are well integrated into the Indian mainstream and other who continue to live as they did year ago. There are many types of tribes in India. If you are seeing this picture, clearly we can observe the different types of tribes. Okay, so let us discuss about the different types of tribes in India. So first of all, we'll discuss about the tribal lifestyles in the 19th century. They used to be the hunter-gatherer, pastoralist, laborers and agriculture workers, shifting agriculture, settled agriculturist. So these types of tribalers, we had the difference, like the even tribalers also the variations are there. Just now we talked about the different types of tribalers. Now, like if we talk about the hunter gatherers, so obviously the tribalers, they will hunt the animals and all, so that is their main occupation. And the pastoralist is nothing but they will rear the animals. Rearing the animals is their occupation, and according to the climatic condition they will shift their occupation. I mean, not occupation in the sense their family. Okay, so mostly they will be in the hill areas, like extreme the snow areas. So they will shift when the winter season comes, they will shift to the Shivlake ranges, and in the summer season again they will shift it to the upper Himalayas. So according to the climate seasonal condition, they will shift their family life. Okay, so in this way the pastoralist means they will move according to the seasons and the availabilities of pastures. Okay, so the food resources and the grass of one area were exhausted, they moved on, included the Van Gujaras of the Punjab hills and Lambadis of Andhra Pradesh who raised cattle, the Gadis of Kulu who were shepherds, and the Bakrawals of Kashmir who reared ghosts. The variation will be there. Okay, so according to the seasonal will, the pastoralist will move their places. Okay, these people lived on the outskirts of the forest and sold milk, ghee and other produces. So even they will do this kind of things also. Okay, so these are the pastoralists. See, if you observe the pictures clearly, we can understand the tribal pastoralist. Okay, pastoralist is nothing but the rearing animal. Their occupation is like rearing animals and hunter gatherers and all, etc., etc. And even in the tribalers also, the agriculture, the occupation mostly will be the agriculture farming. Okay, so in this there are different types of agricultures are there, like shifting agriculture and settled agriculture. Okay, so if you observe these pictures, we can see the seasonal changes pictures and all. So see, mostly they will rear sheeps, because in the cool regions mostly the sheeps can survive. Mostly the tribalers in the north, extreme north places, they will rear the sheeps only. Okay, Now let us discuss about the shifting agriculture. So what do you mean by the shifting agriculture? Shifting agriculture is nothing but it was practiced agriculture but did not settle down and continued moving from one place to another. They practiced a special type of cultivation called jam or shifting cultivation. Okay, jam was practiced on small patches of land, mostly in forest areas. Actually, what exactly they will do, they will cultivate the land into a patch wise, in a part wise. Okay, so after the harvesting, what exactly they will do, they will burn the land and they will not cultivate the things in that exact things. So before that, let us talk about the Adivasis. Adivasi is the collective term for tribes of the Indian subcontinent who are considered indigenous to place within India wherein they live, either as foragers or as tribalistic sedentary communities. The term is also used for ethnic minorities such as Chakmas of Bangladesh, Thoris of Nepal, and Vedha of Sri Lanka. So, in each and every country, we'll be having a tribalism, right? So, in the same way, they are differentiating the things. So, this is the picture we can understand what is shifting cultivation. So, one patch of the land they are burning after the harvesting. Okay, so and they will not use that particular patch, particular land for immediate crop. Okay, they will leave that patch land for a few months and side another land the part is there, so next cultivation they will do over there. Okay, so it will shift like one after the other. Okay, shifting cultivation or zam predominantly practiced in the northeast of India is an agricultural system where a farming community slashes secondary forest on a predetermined location, burns the slash and cultivates the land for a limited number of years. Okay, so this kind of procedure we will call it as a shifting cultivation. Okay, after burning the land they will not cultivate the uh, uh, crop in that particular part, next part they will cultivate. So after this all kind of things in the colonial India, tribalists suffered a lot because of the shifting cultivation. So at that time Birsa Munda came and helped tribalists a lot. Birsa Munda, a person who is educated at that time in, I mean he is a tribaler, actually is an educated person, so he used to be a supportive for them. Okay, so let us talk about the Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda, about this sound pronunciation, November 1875, 9th June 1900, was an Indian tribal freedom fighter, religious leader and folk hero who belonged to the Munda tribe. He spearheaded a tribal religious millennium movements that arose in the Bengal presidencies, the 19th century during the British Raj, thereby making him an important figure in the history of the Indian independence movement. The revolt mainly concentrated in the Munda belt of Kunti, Tamar, Sarvada and Bangtam. So actually what happened is, like in a colonial India, Britishers banned this shifting cultivation because of the fire, the burning the land may harm the other part of the forest. So that is the reason in the colonial India the Britishers banned this kind of system. So actually the tribalers mostly they aware of this type of cultivation only. So and also the Britishers occupied the tribalers uh, land, like mainly we can say it as a forest. So as we all know that in a forest all kind of medicinal plants and everything will be there, so they came to know about that, so they occupied the forest, and they are not allowing the tribalists to do their to do their cultivation. So because of that, Birsa Munda fought for the forest, and he also participated in the revolt of 1857. Okay, so I hope you all know about the revolution, like for example all kind of issues which happened at a time, so all together they fought for the freedom, fought for the rights, so that is called the revolution. So in that revolt 1857, even Birsa Munda also participated for the um, tribalists. Okay, now I hope you all understood about this thing, this topic. So we will continue in the next class. Okay, have a nice day students, take care.